Hello and welcome to Behind the Brand podcast. Yeah, I need to just get alive. Hello and welcome to Behind the Brand.
In the space of a year, I had 600 clients. And when you think like, oh, you couldn't wait like 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
See, looking back at that point, I knew nothing.
No.
Like, you need to fail in order to grow.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. Like, I don't really know if I should say this. I was humbled
real
quick, yeah. When you step out of this chair, you're going to have a better brow than you did when you stepped in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
But
welcome, Andi, to Behind the Brand.
thanks for having me.
Oh, welcome.
This is so fun.
Should we get right into it?
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want to start from the beginning and just how you got into Lucky 8 Studios?
Yes.
How it started? What was the journey?
So I left school at 16.
Right.
Which is obviously, like, I don't know if it's the same down here, but you would stay till like 6 year usually when you're like 17, 18-ish. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I think from the very beginning, I was just kind of like, nah, you can't tell me what to do type thing. I kind of knew I had to be my own boss just to get by in life. So I went to study fashion at 16, done that for 3 years. And I think I just learned that I didn't really want to have like a traditional education path. Like, even from then, they kind of like drilled uni into you.
Yeah.
I just didn't want that. I knew I didn't want that. So, and especially it meant like moving away from home because there's just really not much creative facilities in Scotland, I would say.
Right.
It's maybe a bit different now, but yeah, you don't really get anywhere with that. So yeah, went on to do that. Knew I didn't want to do uni. Worked for a few years. But then in the midst of all this, my mum's done beauty since like before I was even in the womb. So I think
it's in your blood.
It's in the blood. It definitely is. But I think growing up with that, she's a grafter. Like, I think when we were young, I kind of got a bad impression of the industry because all I seen was her just never being at home. I mean, she was at home, obviously, but she was the main income provider for the house. So I saw that side to it and it was just like, okay, well, she's never here, so I don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
Obviously not knowing that was kind of a choice of hers, from my mum and dad, like a decision that they made that she was going to go and earn the money. My dad was going to be, I mean, he still worked, but you know. So, yeah, I think I had like a bad impression of it at first. And then she opened her own salon after however many years of like renting space and all that, kind of jumping from place to place. And the year that she opened Bold Salon was the year that lamination was just kind of creeping into the UK. And I was the very first person in Central Belt of Scotland, I would say, to offer the treatment. So it was kind of just like an overnight thing. I was in the hairdressers one day, my mum texted me saying, by the way, you're going on a brow lamination course. And I was like, okay, don't know what that is, but cool. And at this point, I didn't even know how to wax an eyebrow. Like, I went on my course.
So you'd never done it before?
Nope. Never had my hands on anything before. So, yeah, went on that course. Everyone else was, like, trained in all the maintenance side of things. And obviously back then, like, there wasn't really much else apart from, like, your definition treatments, I would say. Everything was a lot more lash-related.
Yes.
And brows was just kind of like, oh, you get your wax and tin or whatever. Like, there really wasn't much else choice-wise. So, I think in my course there was like 16 people and we were all each other's models.
Oh, yeah.
So it was wild. It was, wow. It was a lot. It was
Were
a
you the only
sensory
one? Sorry. Were you the only one there that, hadn't done any maintenance?
I think so.
Scary.
Yeah.
Deep end.
Yeah. So I'll always remember the girl that I was, like, she was my model, vice versa.
Yeah.
She worked in a salon in Ayr, which is probably like an hour away from where I am. And she was like trained to the max. Like, she was one of the like senior kind of techs in the salon. And like she was so lovely. She was so nice. She was like guiding me through it and all that. And that was like a real, like, if you ever wanted to be shoved right into the industry,
the pressure.
Go do that. But I think definitely thrive like under pressure like that a little bit. But went on my lamination course, then went on my HD course, and it's so funny. Like, I don't really know if I should say this, but like, I would never ever train people the way I was trained now. But then I think because the industry has just advanced so much in the last like 5-6 years, like it's just wild to think like you were trained like that. Especially having 16 people on a course, like that's
it's
insane.
crazy, isn't it?
But then for something like lamination, it just absolutely blew up overnight. And then because I was really the only person offering it in Scotland, Central Belt wise anyway, I think on my course, the course was in Bold Salon, so it was like the city centre of Glasgow.
Right.
But there was people from Dublin, Manchester, like because there was no other courses out there. So, yeah, I think, do you know that way? It was like you don't want to call it luck because I mean it definitely was because I was the only one offering it, so no one had anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe like 2-3 weeks into me offering it, and I had all these influencers in my DMs, like Scottish ones, obviously.
Yeah.
Wanting it done, and from that, it just blew up.
There is a
literally
bit of
overnight
luck in like being one of the first ones to do it, but then it's just if you're good at it, and once other people start going.
Well, I was shit at first because there was no one else offering it, so it's like, okay, well, we'll just go to the only person that does it. But
and also when it's new, people don't have that like
they don't know what's good and bad.
Of what is good and bad.
So yeah, it was quite funny to like. I still have the old pictures of like all my. Like,
does it trigger you looking at them?
It's just really funny.
Yeah,
like,
just to see how far you've
come. Yeah, but so quickly as well because of the whole influencer thing. That's when influencer marketing was like massive and very genuine, I'd say as well.
Yeah.
So you had like those were my clients, you know, like it wasn't just as if they were coming for one free treatment and then they just left.
Yeah.
Like it is now. But I would say that's what blew up my clientele. Yeah. So I looked at my old booking system not that long ago, and at one point in the space of a year I had 600 clients. Yeah. Wow. And that was like my first year of doing it.
That's crazy, isn't it?
But I think that's like I had no choice but to get better. Yeah. Because I was literally doing like 10 to 12 clients a day.
Yeah, you had to.
And I had no choice. So yeah.
And the better you got.
Yep. Quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to be.
I was humbled.
Yeah,
real quick. Yeah.
Did you get something you're like, oh my god, I wish they didn't come out how they did?
Yeah, but I didn't know any better at that point.
Yeah.
But then I think it was maybe like 6 months into me doing that. The company that trained me then asked me to be a trainer.
Right.
See, looking back at that point, I knew nothing.
No.
Nothing. But then no one else did. Yeah. They were literally taking the lash lift treatment and converting it into putting it on brow hair. Yeah. So it was literally just, oh, fuck it, let's try it.
Yeah, hope for the best.
Yeah.
What were the early days of building your brand like? Talk to me, where you started with your brand, where you are now, because I know you weren't always Lucky 8 Studios, were you?
No, so when I originally started, I was the ILounge JR. Yeah. So my mum has always been the ILounge.
Okay. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, ever since she kind of started just focusing on, she used to do a bit of everything, but once she started focusing on more like lashes, brows, she'd converted to the ILounge, and then literally 2 seconds of thought, being like, oh, ILounge JR, easy.
Yeah, take that from you, Bob. Thank you very much.
Yeah. She gets the older clientele, I get the young ones. It's good.
Yeah, it's just well.
So yeah, really not much thought went into it, and then I only switched to Lucky 8 Studios maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
So I have been ILounge JR for a majority of my upcoming, I would say.
Yeah.
But look, Lucky 8 Studios, I think it came more from because I then started offering PMU, my training side of things, masterclasses. I kind of wanted to make it a bit more of a brand and a bit more individual to me.
Yeah.
And the ILounge JR is just a mega long name to say.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So
you're still in my phone as Andi.
Yeah.
Lucky ILounge JR.
It's
going to be like forever. I don't think I'm going to change it.
That's fine. But then I think from that, the people that didn't know my mum and me were like, oh, why Junior? And I was like, oh, I have to tell the story every single time. Which was nice, but yeah, I needed a little change.
Yeah. That's the spice up.
Yeah.
It works. Is 8 like a lucky number for you?
Yeah, it's my angel number.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Back of the arm. Tatted.
Soon. Oh,
forever.
I don't think I can bend right that far. Yeah.
Did you face any challenges when you were, building a brand, or was it just?
Do you know, this is why I think it comes down to luck again, because it was at the time where Instagram was just free marketing. Like, there was no paid ads, there was no paid stories. Like, you didn't have to. The only thing you really had was influencers.
Yeah.
And that is literally what blew me up. And I think with that, I learned very quickly to work social media. And back then, obviously, algorithms, did they exist? I don't know. They definitely didn't exist in the sense of like organically growing. That was easy. So I think when people now are like, oh my God, how do you do it? Like from the very beginning, you're like, now I don't know. Like
No.
I honestly could
No.
not tell you how
No.
to do that now. That's just a challenge I don't want to be a part of.
No, I've done my bit.
Yeah.
Tapping out.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I've done the work.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even that hard compared to how it is now. So
No.
I feel for the
it's like being seen on
guys and
Instagram and
gals.
stuff. It's like starting all over again would be hell. What's your approach when you're working with your clients, especially your first time? Because I know there's some myths around Browz that people often see and they believe and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think from the beginning, and I think the very first thing I teach a lot of my students as well is that you need to manage expectations, especially with social media now. And I think you can say the same across the industry, like PMU, brows, lashes, hair.
Yeah.
There's Photoshop and there's editing that exists. So what people see online is not what people see online is not going to be real.
No.
Most of the time. I think the brow maintenance industry tries to keep it real a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you'll have the clients that come in and maybe they have seen someone else on Instagram with brows that they want, and it does come down to when you step out of this chair, you're going to have a better brow than you did when you stepped in the chair. But they're not going to be a picture perfect example of that person's brows because everyone's different.
Absolutely.
So it's getting on the same page as the client. I think consultation is a massive thing. Sometimes they don't know what they want. They just see a picture and they're like, yeah, I want that. And you're like, it's like makeup. A lot of people go into like their bridal demo and they're like, I want this, and it is like full glam, but they're like, no, I want soft glam. I want nothing on their face, but they don't know the base it takes to get there. You know? So I think from people's first impressions of a picture, that's not real life.
No.
You know? So I don't know. I think now a lot of people obviously know that with social media, that a lot of it comes down to editing and making things perfect. But I think personally for my clientele, if you find me through my socials, you know my work because it is quite consistent.
Yeah.
So if you're booking in with me because you like what you see, trust me.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll do what I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to walk away with a shit brow.
Yeah.
Or shit lashes.
Exactly. But I would always just be so honest with the client and be like, look, this is going to take a bit longer maybe. Like your journey is going to maybe take about a year for you to get the brows that you want.
Yeah.
But that's why things like lamination exist.
Yeah. And hybrid and stuff like that. Yeah.
There's so many options now.
Yeah. It's not just your standard tint, is it? You know.
And it's just, I think, I'll probably say it through so many times throughout this, but like education and keeping yourself educated and trying new things, and like don't just take what you've learned in your training for gospel because things change literally monthly. Yeah. You know?
And also I think you find your way of working.
Yeah.
You might 100%. Do something and think, oh my God, I can't do that. But actually once you find out how to do it, then actually. Yeah,
it works for you.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah. There's no right or no wrong.
No. I think that's a key thing. I think there is so much of that around. It's like, you're doing that wrong.
Yeah.
If your client isn't hurt and their like brow hairs or lashes are in good health, and it's kind of like, well, I've done my job. They look great. I think we've seen that so much with community events.
Yes. Yeah.
We do that and people are like, well, I wouldn't do it like that.
Yeah. But people's eyes are opened, I think.
Yeah. To like new things. Yeah. Yeah. You got to stay educated. What do you think is the most rewarding part of your journey? I know you were saying about starting, with you have lots of new clients and doing influence and stuff, but what is the most rewarding part? And are there any stories that from your like OG clients or anyone that you'd want to share that, has really sat with you?
I think more so having a baby and trying to come back to work after that is a humbling experience.
Really?
So funny. Me and Georgie were talking about this last night, how like an ego death is sometimes needed. And I think actually like recognizing that in yourself, like now that I'm kind of out of that, like I'm climbing to the top type era where I think for so long I held on to that, like I was the only person in Scotland to do lamination first.
Yeah, it was me first.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'll always have that, but it's not my personality. Like I don't make it. I used to make it like my ego thing.
I've never heard you say that.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's it. It's like I honestly couldn't care less anymore, but it's because the industry's just changed so quickly. But having previously having a business be your baby and then having a human baby, they're very different things.
Yes.
So having to keep a human alive and that being your first priority, and as lovely and wonderful as it is, wanting to go back to how your life originally was.
Yeah.
And not really getting that, like, I was only off for 10 weeks, but the majority of your clients will either go elsewhere or, yeah, just have to get their brows done. And when you think, like, oh, you couldn't wait, like, 2 more weeks out of 8 weeks. Yeah, just the 10 is fine. But, yeah, I started working from home. So that was obviously, like, a change for people as well. And having to travel elsewhere. And then, yeah, kind of having to slowly, like, build myself back up again.
Yeah.
Big ego death, big change of priorities, I would say. But for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
When your, like, OG clients stick with you, like, that's the reward.
I think, like, I would say it's so funny. Like, I think now, because it's been so long, I have such a new clientele that are my regulars now. Back to the OGs. I mean, I still have a good amount, like I would say like a 25%.
It's good.
It's good. Compared to what I had, wasn't great. But then it's like, okay, well, I think I have a different mindset now where I'm like, okay, well, maybe we just didn't suit each other.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, I think that's what I learned from, like, the first year of Nico being born was I had a big victim mindset. Right. That comes from postpartum, and all the hormones and emotions that come with that also. Yeah. But then it's having to then run a business on top of that. Not easy. But yeah, what comes with that is just learning that, okay, well, people's lives still go on.
Yeah.
And I still need to work and they still need to figure out what they want to do. So now, yeah, I have a fabulous clientele and I love them so much.
Nice.
And now I work from home 2 days a week. I work from the salon 2 days a week.
Yeah.
I train in either or, and it's just great.
Being in a position where you can, like, pick and choose your clients and choose who you want to be in your space is such fabulous.
And I think it's a work smarter, not harder type situation now. Yeah. Whereas before it was like, graft. And it does burn you out. But I think, yeah, me and Georgia were saying last night, like, you think you're so happy because you're at the top of your game, like, everybody knows who you are, you're bringing in all this money, but then if you were to strip that away, what else do you have?
Yeah.
Not much. No. And it's quite sad to think, like, that's what all you have if you,
like, take it back to basics. Yeah.
Like, think about what really matters.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think a lot of people learn that from COVID, though, is that you need to take the break for yourself.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people's businesses were taken away from it in the sense they just couldn't work, so it was kind of
physically
like, well,
couldn't. Yeah,
what do you do now? Yeah. Obviously, we've just chatted about, you know, the balance that you need to have. It's quite a personal industry. How do you protect your own energy during that time? And, you know, when you have quieter periods, how do you keep yourself motivated?
I think a lot of people in the industry nowadays, more than ever, social media is like taking a massive side of it. And I think it all comes down to kind of being available and unavailable when it comes to, I don't know, like answering questions, creating content. I think a lot of people will be the same, where it's like the start of the year, you've got all these ideas, you want all these content things going out, and like you probably hit the ground running with it quite easily, and then business picks up and you totally lose that side of even wanting to create content, because like, where do you even fit it in?
Yeah.
So I don't know, I think it's really, really hard to actually sit here and be like, oh yeah, like I've got it all figured out, but honestly, like, it's shit having to like actually balance it all. And I feel like I've recently got a second phone, for content and work, and I'm only logged in on my work accounts on that phone, and then I try and leave everything personal to my other phone. It doesn't really happen, to be honest, but I think giving myself that kind of like, I leave that phone at home when I'm out doing family things or just things like that. Like, I can't really say I'm the one to like say on my stories like I only reply to messages on a Monday, or I can't do that. See, if I have a notification, I'm answering it. If it's a student,
just so
you're getting a voice note back. Yeah, like it's happening. But then I think that's maybe how you do create a bond with people in the industry, is like if you're a personable person, people buy from you and they
like that.
Like they learn off you, and I kind of like that side of it. Try not to let it take over too much, but
do you find it easier to do that when you have your quieter periods? It just gets a bit less overwhelming.
Yeah. It's so much easier, even just to sit and schedule and really like zone in on that side of things. I've still not mastered the part where you get to muddle in with everything, you know, like have the schedule of model days or content days or have a posting schedule. Like I don't think I've posted maybe since the Korean lash lift live, maybe. Oops, sorry guys, it's summer.
But also when you're busy with clients, it's so hard to like,
it's just the mental load it takes to be that content creator,
and
as
sit
well
and edit
as
well.
Yeah. And now figuring out what people want to see and what will get you engagement. And I don't know, maybe some people don't care about that, but it's like that's how people find you.
Finding yourself a trending song that fits and sitting on CapCut for however long.
It's even finding the niche of, do you want to cater to the industry and techs, or do you want to cater to potential new clients? Like they're totally different things. I think there's maybe a line where both of them combine, because you get some clients that love to see the behind the scenes of it all, but then I'm an educator as well, so I want to then teach the industry.
So you're weighing up that whether I do clients or do I end up with students. You have to find that balance of both.
So it's totally different, but
get there. Do you think when you look back on your journey to Lucky 8 Studios, what do you think is like a big mistake that's helped you to get to where you are now, and what advice would you give to someone who's, you know, starting out?
A big mistake? I tend not to regret anything.
Nice.
Because I just, like, you need to fail in order to grow. I think putting a perception on things, and I think it's so easy to do nowadays, back again to socials, like I think people love to paint the portfolio of like, this is my work, this is perfect, like my day goes so smoothly every single day. I wake up and then everything goes perfect, and my clients are just angels and
brown tint on my white carpet.
I didn't just get new figs that cost £70 and they don't fit me, and now I can't return them because they're medical, and you know, these things happen. So it's, I think I don't tend to regret anything. I think it's all learning curves. I think it's so funny, like when we first came out of COVID, I spent $4,000 on a facial course, and I probably done it for about 8 months.
Just because you didn't enjoy it?
Yeah, Browz got busy again. And I think at that point I started getting a bit robotic with Browz. And I think because it was like, obviously the industry just opened back up right away and it was just booming. Like I got a whole new flood of clientele, and it got a bit crazy. Training was insanely busy. Like it was just, everything was just everywhere. And I think I got to a point where I was like, no, I need something new. And it was either microblading or facials. And I massively regret spending that money on a facial course.
And not microblading?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was too scared to do the microblading.
It is pressure.
Yeah.
I think it's, you know, you've got someone tattooing someone's face, and actually, I think the more, well, I'm not in the industry, but I've seen stuff through, you know, PMU, and it's, microblading is scary. Like, there's so much that can go wrong with it.
I think I probably should have took the approach where I just jumped in and I saw I figured it out. But I think coming away from COVID, where it was such a quiet time to reflect and take your time and, you know.
What am I going to do next with my
Yeah,
business?
yeah. So I thought, you know, I think going from that, the facials thing seemed like very, like a whole different side to things, was very like aesthetic and calming, and that's not the life for me.
No.
No.
I just love the chaos.
Yeah, I love chaos.
Give me back-to-back clients every half an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't be doing facials and having a steamy room for like an hour and a half.
Let me yap.
Yeah. I don't want the dingly dangly music.
No.
I need like happy hardcore.
Techno, please.
Bit of bass hunter, please. Yeah.
And what advice would you give to your students? What do you think is like your biggest piece of advice that they take away from spending their time?
Always keep learning. Don't think what I tell you is for gospel. Go into your environment and learn your ways to do things. Take your time. You're not going to get anywhere that's worth it quickly and easily. Yeah, it's not going to happen easily. No. If you've got ambition and you've got an image of what you want, like a vision for yourself, yeah, you can manifest it and you can do all these spiritual things, but you actually need to put the work in. Like, it actually involves working hard, maybe even working for free, model days. Like, I wouldn't say hoe yourself out, but find a balance where it works for you and do what you need to do to get to where you want to be. Like, I think also comparison is a thief of joy. Comparing yourself to like social media, you don't know where someone is on their journey. Yeah, they could be on page 1,000 and you're on page 1. Yeah. But it's near enough impossible to stop yourself from doing that, especially if you are a beginner. 100%. Because I think you can easily take it as inspiration, or you can get yourself in a bit of a hole where you're like, okay, why is that not me? Like, I've done 3 sets of brows, why am I not already an expert? Like, and I think it can come from, like, I'm very hard on myself, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but I think I've learned to notice when I'm doing that to myself, and it's a bit self-deprecating, and to pull myself back and be like, no, look how far you've come. Yeah. This is where you're meant to be right now. Yeah. You know? So my final question, Andi, is if your younger self could see you now, what would she think, and what do you think is next for Lucky 8 Studios? Okay. I know, I don't think I ever think of what my younger self would think. I think because I've always just thought, you're going to boss it. Like, you're going to do it. Like, I've never, mindset. I don't really ever tend to talk down to myself. No. That doesn't get you anywhere. I think... I think I'm kind of doing it. Like, I think, do you know that way I'm not like, oh, yes, we've done it. You smashed it, yeah. But I'm kind of like, we knew this was going to happen. Yeah. Like, and I know that sounds like you're a dick. Like, your ego is massive, but I think when you back yourself, that's different. You've got to be your own fat number one fan. Yeah. You can't get any, like, I think people laugh at me when, you know, like, you get maybe new clients that come to you, maybe they've had a bad experience elsewhere, or like they've had a recommendation to come to me, and they see their brows and they're like, oh my god, you're amazing. And I'm like, I know I'm good at my job. Yeah, I wouldn't be where I am if I wasn't good at my job. Yeah, you can't be like, oh, stop it, like, oh, just no, don't be silly. Yeah. Yeah, because I've just your brows look great. Like, I am stating facts that your brows look amazing. Yeah, you know. So I think you need to back yourself. You can't. Yeah. It's an industry where you're not going to get anywhere if you're not. You can be humble, but don't talk yourself down. No. In an industry full of people where you do need to have a big character, I would say, to get far. I agree. And I don't mean far as if, like, your name is in lights. But I mean far as in, if you want your work to be seen and you want people to notice you, which I think is a massive thing. Obviously, Buff is... Yeah. Like, Buff is growing so fast that people want to be a part of it. Yeah. And that's an amazing place to be in. It's an amazing opportunity to have, but you need to kind of back yourself a little bit more. If you want that enough, then you need to show why you want it and that you're willing to have it. Yeah. You know? And Andi, we are very grateful to have you on our Elite Tech team. It's the best.
We love having
It's the
you.
best. But what's next?
Yeah, where is Lucky 8 Studios going? Because you've been a little lash lift queen.
Yeah.
Actually, we've spoken a lot about brows, but Andi is very good at a lash lift, and she's done a couple of online masterclasses.
I think when I first started doing lash lifts, and well, not even when I first started, I think a good few years into even training lash lifts, my students would come back to me with issues of maybe like inconsistent results, and I'd be like, oh, like, do you know what, we had just bullshit, like why the reasons were, because I didn't know. I just, like, I think I was training how I was trained, which was, this is how you do things, this is how you put the shields on, this is how you do step 1, step 2, tint, and that's it. There was no troubleshooting, there was no kind of like, okay, well, why did that not work? Whereas I'm a very like why person, like I need to know why we're doing that, why, how long, why not this, you know. So I think for me, the whole like science behind it, the education is massive. I think in the very, very near future, I want to be doing in-person master classes.
Nice.
For like not one-on-one, like group master classes for people who want to learn but are obviously it's a hands-on industry. So I think you can get so far from like having the theory and the information side like on a piece of paper, but looking and watching someone in front of your own eyes is so helpful.
Yeah.
I think you go away with like a knowledge, what am I trying to say? Yeah, a head full of knowledge whenever you leave someone. And I think that then leads into like you're inspired once you go home and you want to get models in right away because you're so excited to like do what you've learned on someone, you know. And I love the education side of it and being able to give people that knowledge. I don't understand when people kind of gatekeep things because there's enough room in the industry for everybody
and
to do well. And
they're never going to be you.
Yeah. You know yeah, that's it. You're never going to have a clone. No. So that's when we need to start worrying about clones. But yeah, we can't worry about that right now. But yeah, AI scares me slightly.
That's a whole.
yeah, that we don't want that. But yeah, I think it's having that mentality that everyone is here for the same reason.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to do that, then let them.
Yeah.
Let them. Like Mel Robbins said, let them.
Just let them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's fine.
Watch out, Mel Robbins.
Yeah,
I
know. We have the mics.
Inspirational podcast.
Yeah. We have all the gear and the idea. Yeah.
At least on the idea.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have an idea.
I'm wigging it.
We have an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, for the future, I just want to continue. Do you know that way? I think my brain is so busy all the time that I'm like, okay, what's next? Like I'm so always just one step ahead, and I think I've learned more recently to just stop and be grateful and just learn where we are is like where we're meant to be right now.
Yeah. And actually having like a quiet day isn't
and just being in the present moment.
Yeah.
But I think when I'm in the present moment, I need to constantly be doing something. I can't like go to a lodge and just chill. It would need to be like no reception, like no internet allowed.
Cut me off.
Yeah, literally cut the source because I'm going to find a way. Yeah, I'm going to find a way to come up with a whole new masterclass. Yeah, a whole new technique and something. Yeah. Don't try and stop me because I will.
Yeah,
but
it's a good way to be though.
Yeah.
Can't stop her.
My brain's busy, but it's a good busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to be doing masterclasses. I want to spread the knowledge, the Korean lash lifters. Yeah, it's gonna blow up, and I can't wait for everybody to see all the new stuff.
Me too.
So exciting.
That is us all wrapped up for our very first episode of Behind the Brand with Andi Manderson from Lucky 8 Studios. Andi, where can we find you on the internet?
So on Instagram, you can find me on lucky8.studios, and TikTok, I think is the same, might be without the dot.
We'll pop it somewhere.
Yeah, so you'll find me.
Thank you so much for listening to our first episode of Buff Browz Behind the Brand podcast with Lucky 8 Studios. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcasts.
So then we've got through security, we've sat down, we've ordered some drinks and some food as we're waiting for our flight. And he was like, what do you mean, how's this going to work? And I was like, romantically. And like, how's it going to work? And he was like, Who said this was ever going to be romantic?